Alrighty. So I don't know how to start this, but welcome everyone to the first video on this channel. I'm not expecting much out of it, but this is a draft analysis for my draft of the Extreme Pokemon Draft League Association Season 3 Division 2 draft. I'm not going over all the draft league stuff because I figured if you're watching this video you already know about it. But this is for specifics of the league, this is a post DLC cut moves are allowed draft league for Pokemon Sword and Shield. This is going to be played on Pokemon Showdown, the lovely site that you're seeing now. And yeah, let's just get into it. So I had the 4th overall pick, and I was just thinking, okay, there's a lot of good mons here, and I could just grab something that hurts a lot. I'm not going to go in the order I drafted in, because god damn, I drafted in a very bad order, I swear to god. I don't know why they let me do this. But I'm just going to go over the mons I got. So with the 4th overall pick, I was able to snag... God damn it. Magearna. Which, unfortunately, because it's goddamn Magearna, I'm not allowed to have Shift Gear and the new DLC move that I got in Agility. But this still gives me a very, very good start to my draft with a good Fairy and Steel type with fantastic stats, base 130 fucking special attack. It gives me a Trick Room Setter, it gives me a lot of offense, it gives me some good defense, and it's a goddamn Magearna, so you know it's good. Next on the list, not my second pick, just the next in the dock order, we have Cinderace. Cinderace is pretty much a helper to Magearna, because Magearna baits in steel types that it can't break, or like a very Spadef mon. And Cinderace is here to break that down with base 116 physical attack, meaning that not much can switch into it, because goddamn. Unfortunately, it has to be Blaze and not Libero, because Libero's busted, and this was a tier 2. Magearna was one of my tier 1 Pokemon. Cinderace is my tier 2. Cinderace also gives me some more momentum with U-Turn along with Magearna's Volt Switch, and helps me out with Court Change. Court Change allows me to send any rocks set on my side of the field to the other side. And yeah, my next pick, my next mon, was supposed to be Rotom Wash, but legitimately the round I was going to draft a Rotom Wash, I got sniped. So I had to pick up the next best thing in Rotom Mow. Rotom Mow gives me a fantastic grass type, good grass type, along with being another good being a good electric type with Defog. So this gives me 2 hazard removers and some more Volt Switch action. This allows me to get in, take any hit, Volt Switch out into one of my other mons or into a wall or something like that. Next up is pretty much one of my 4 super defensive mons in Jellicent. Jellicent is a fantastic special wall and can take a lot of physical hits because of its base 100 HP. The higher the HP, the more hits you can take. And this complements Rotom and Cinderace and Magearna by being a kind of ground check. I don't really have the best check to ground on this team looking at it now, but I do have a lot of flying types and a lot of levitators. But this also helps me just sponge special hits that Magearna or Rotom don't want to. My next like defensive mon is Drapion. Rotom and Jellicent are both my tier 3s. We're allowed one tier 1, one tier 2, two tier 3s, one tier 4, one tier 5, a mega, and then 400 free points, which if you get a low tier mega, you get more points. And you're going to see that come into effect. But for my tier 4, I got Drapion. Drapion is a fantastic mon because of both it's a grounded poison type and it's a dark type. My team isn't necessarily weak to psychic, but it doesn't want to take on things like Alakazam or any other big psychic threats. So this allows me to come in on them and scare them out with a knockoff. Pursuit is allowed, so I can pursuit trap something. It gives me a base 95 speed, which is fantastic. Gives me some good physical defense. I'm not going to say it's like a physically defensive mon, but it can work as a physical defensive mon. And allows me like a whole bunch of different like sets. This could be a setup sweeper. It could be an asshole with acupuncture if I really wanted to take my chances. And yeah, it gives me Toxic Spikes as well. This is like the one big problem I have with this team is that my hazard setters are not the best, but with Cinderace, I can court change any hazard set back onto them. But yeah, Drapion getting T-Spikes is really good, and since it's a grounded poison type, it sucks up T-Spikes. For my tier 5 is where my big physically defensive mon comes in Rhydon. And I completely sniped someone of this, and I am sorry. But with base 105 HP and 120 defense, plus an Eviolite, which it will be holding almost every single time. Eviolite. There we go. Like, these defenses are insane. And this pairs well with Jellicent with the water absorbability, and with Rotom because it's a grass type. And along with Drapion because it's a poison type. Rhydon gives me very free Stealth Rocks, very good Earthquake stab and like just clicking Earthquake. And like it just is a fantastic mon, good defenses, and all around pretty damn good. And this is one of two Stealth Rockers, which isn't the best but isn't the worst. And now my mega picks. So because of when I drafted some of my other mons, I needed to pick up a lower tier mega. And I was looking. Yeah, I'll just go over my mega now. I was looking, and I was thinking, okay, I need something that allows me not to lose to Mega Venusaur. Because Mega Venusaur is scary. So I picked up pretty much one of the best counters to Mega Venusaur in Mega Pidgeot. Mega Pidgeot is a fantastic special breaker with Stab Hurricanes and like Hyper Beams, coming off a base 135 special attack with No Guard. No Guard allows you not to miss attacks pretty much, but that also means attacks aimed at me as well. But that being said, Hurricane spam is amazing. And, like, it gets... Pretty much, I'm going to be running Hurricane, Heat Wave, and then 2 filler moves whenever I bring this thing. Because with these 2 moves, I hit a good chunk of the game, except for maybe Rock types, but I have a few really good Rock type answers. And yeah, it's really, really good. And I like him a lot. It gives me another Pivot Mon with U-Turn, gives me some Tailwind, gives me a whole bunch of other moves, and I'm not going to go over them. Next up, for my first free pick, I'm not going to say when I drafted this, but believe me, it was way too early. But I picked up Dragonite, another physical breaker and setup sweeper with an insane base 134 attack stat, along with the fancy new item in Heavy Duty Boots. Heavy Duty Boots allows you to come in on anything and not be affected by hazards. Being a flying type, the only hazards he's focusing on is stealth rocks. But with heavy duty boots and its ability multi-scale, like, I can DD for free and just click buttons and break things. Because with a base 134 attack, and like, it's just crazy, dude. It's amazing. Now, as you can see, my team does not have a psychic, a normal, an ice, and a fighting type. I'm only able to get 3 of those types. And the first one of those types is another tier 1. That's why I need to pick up Mega Pidgeot in Necrozma. Necrozma is my second Stealth Rocker, and this is pretty much a second Mew. This allows me so much setup, so many different sets, so much versatility, and it's just fucking crazy. Unfortunately, this is my second Stealth Rocker, so it's not the absolute best hazard setters on this team, but I feel like I can work around it pretty well. This thing is insane with like Phonon Geyser, which changes depending on whichever attacking stack is higher, which is great. And yeah, this thing is just super versatile. I don't think it's overvalued in tier 1, but I think it's a low tier 1 to a high tier 2. But I think with Dragon Dance, that's what pushes it into tier 1. Anyways, I have a lot of setup on this team. I have a lot of breaking potential. And my walls aren't the best. And that kind of continues because my second tier 5, because I needed 2 tier 5s because I got 3 tier 1s and a low tier Mega, is Tauros. Tauros is surprisingly hard hitting with, like, looking at his stats, like, yeah, base 100's good. Like, that's Zygarde's base attack stat. So you know it's decent, at least. But then you tack on the ability Sheer Force. Sheer Force gives words. With Sheer Force allows the secondary effect of a move to be nullified for a 30% attack increase. And with a Life Orb, that is also counted, so you don't take Life Orb recoil. But this thing is a monster with like Body Slam, the DLC moves. I don't think, maybe Dragonite got some weird DLC moves, but everyone else not really. I know Pidgeot didn't get anything, unfortunately. Magearna got some really heat ones that I'm planning on bringing later in the season, so I'm not going to say them because they're going to be fucking fire, my guy. And coming back to Tauros, this is another mon that really, really benefited from the DLC because it got a lot of good coverage moves and a lot of moves that could be helped by Sheer Force, I think, if I remember correctly. And yeah, I'm really excited to use this thing. And then my final mon, unfortunately I wasn't able to get a fighting type, and you're going to see if I make a week 1 video that I really could use one for that match specifically. But my next mon is Cryogonal. Cryogonal gives me another specially defensive mon to pair with Jellicent that doesn't want to take grass or electric hits that Drapion, Rotom, or anything else doesn't want to take. This gives me a Rapid Spinner and a Defog. A lot of people don't know that this thing gets Defog because Rapid Spin is factually better. And gives me a nice 105 speed tier. As you can see, my speed tiers are really decent. I think my fastest thing is 121 and my slowest is Rhydon with 40. Yeah. But like, they're all kind of around the 60 to 90, I think 60 to 80 range, which is not the best, but I can work around it. It'll be fine. But Cryogonal gives me the base 105 speed tier. I'm not sure how many times I'm going to be running speed on this, but for a general counter, this is a fantastic mon. This gives me Freeze Dry, gives me Recover, gives me Rapid Spin, gives me Toxic, it gives me Frost Breath, because that's a set for some reason, and it just gives me a lot of prowess, and especially with a base 95 special attack, it's not nothing to scoff at, because like a Specs freeze dry from this thing is gonna hurt, or even like an attack invested freeze dry is gonna hurt something. I think this is the same tier as Articuno, but I don't need Articuno. But definitely, I think my team is really good here, especially with Magearna, Cinderace, Mega Pidgeot, Dragonite, and Necrozma, along with all of my like other walls breaking in a Mega fucking Pidgeot. But I feel like this team will really work. I haven't played any matches, but I have prepped for one that I'm playing in like 4 hours. Yeah, 4 hours or so. No, we're playing today. I have a different match at 2 today. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day and stay safe. Boy.